make it there.
For Saturday night, the police decided that they would do a deal with the insurgents and allow them to take over the base. There are 110 police and border police on the base who have gone over to the Taliban side, along with all of their equipment, weaponry and ammunition.
A car bomb has killed 2 Turkish soldiers. 4 others have been hurt in the attack, blamed on Kurdish rebels. The attack and another at a police station follows Turkish airstrikes against Kurdish fighters in northern Iraq. Firefighters are battling a forest fire racing through part of the Sierra Nevada. Cal Fire spokeswoman Lynn Tolmanshaw.
We're looking at about 4,000 acres. No containment on this fire as of right now. Fire is about 10 miles east of Grass Valley in a very rural area that's here in about foothills, just known as the Steep Hollow Creek bed.
Some 150 homes have been evacuated as crews work to contain the forest fire that began yesterday. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is expected to announce tomorrow a record $105 million fine against Fiat Chrysler for a series of violations concerning 23 recalls of 11 million cars and trucks. This is AP Radio News.
The U.S. Navy's Auxiliary Security Force, or ASF, are sailors who help support base security in times of need. When sailors sign up for ASF, it's not the watches or combat training that scares them.
So it felt like my face had like a blowtorch to it. I couldn't breathe. Then my eyes felt like they had like glass and like pepper in it.
Dealing with the effects of pepper spray is something every sailor who has to carry it goes through.
No, I know it's a necessary evil. Once you've gone through this, you kind of understand what they're going through, and you kind of sympathize with them because you know how much pain it is.
And undergoing this training and feeling its effects makes them more reluctant to use it depending on the circumstances. Petty Officer Nicholas Vickery, Fleet Activities, Sasebo, Japan.
Thanks for listening to On Air's audio. For the rest of the story, check out ah.mil.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's David Gascott. It was a special kind of Saturday for Cole Hamels and the Phillies. Swinging a high fly ball, deep center field. Herrera back on the track, and did he make the catch? He fell down, and he's got it. He's got it. Odubel Herrera has got it, and Cole Hamels has a no-hitter. At 13 strikeouts off 129 pitches to complete that no-no. It's the first time the Cubbies have been no-hit in 50 years. 5-0 was that final. Johnny Cueto was on the verge of getting dealt, and they did some dealing of his own. Throws 8 innings of shutout ball, had 5 Ks, Reds 5-2 winners of the Rockies. It was bombs away for the Nationals against the Buccos. They beat them 9-3. Chris Sale continues to shine for Chicago. 7 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. White Sox scalp the Tribe 10-3. For a complete scoreboard, head on over to foxsports.com.
Keeping you awake with great music. AFM The Eagle, serving America's best.
No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home.
Now.
It's a 2-4. Omega would be a 2-4 in any dimension. There may be, I think people have thought about generalizations going beyond that, but you run into trickier. It's trickier to do. There has been some thought given to that. So, just to flesh this out a bit more, suppose I define omega t as t times omega 1 minus omega 0 plus that, where t ranges from 0 to 1. So the idea is this is some form, and I interpolate between omega 1 and omega 0, and they are not gauge related. Omega 1 does not necessarily equal that. In other words, this is just, I'm imagining in form space interpolating between one kind of one form over here, different kind of one form over there, and we see what happens? Well, omega t will be d omega t plus omega t squared, and one can show, which I'm running out of time, so I won't show, but you can show that d by dt of t of omega t is m times so if p of omega is equal to the symmetry of omega to the m, say, then this turns out to be d of the symmetry of omega 1 minus omega 0 times omega t to the m minus 1. And from that, you can show that the integral of t of omega 1 is equal to the integral over the manifold of t of omega 0. You do that by integrating both sides with respect to t. You do that by integrating both sides of this equation with respect to t. These are all functions of t in here when you put them in. And you can show that you also have to use the t equal to 0. So it's in this sense that at least this symmetry is an example of a polynomial that would indeed be closed and topologically invariant, form a topological invariant on the manifold. I guess I'm pretty much out of time. There is I probably should continue this for a little bit on Monday, just to finish it off. But the result of the index theorem, let me just write down the answer, but I think to be fair, we will have to invest a little bit of time on this on Monday. The result of the index theorem is that this is equal to that. So the index of some operator O acting on some field phi that interacts with gauge field is given by the integral of a characteristic polynomial associated with that operator, truncated at the 2nth term of that polynomial. So you give me some function of omega that is associated with this operator. That's one example for the Dirac operator. If you give me that, I've got some horrible function, but I'll expand it as a series. The 2nth term in the series, in other words, the form in the series that saturates the dimensionality of the manifold, you integrate that, and that turns out to be the index associated with that operator. So I think maybe I was hoping to finish this off today, but there was a bit more time of the effective stuff than I thought there would be. So would you want me to spend the first half hour on Monday finishing this off? Because, you don't want to hanging. But we'll get to instantons next week for sure on Monday. So I'll spend the first part finishing off because I didn't get it. Yeah. It means this operator is that operator. So in other words, this polynomial will be associated with this operator in a way that I have not had time to flesh out because we're out of time. So that's what I want to do on Monday. In the case of the Dirac operator, I would write P of E slash of F was trace of F to the F, right? So that